The Toronto Police Service runs anti-bullying videos on social media, but why do some Toronto police bully other Toronto police? David Menzies for Rebel News here in downtown Toronto. And folks, I'm with Jay Bannister, former Toronto police officer, now the owner of Mad Lab Press. You got to check it out. Jay's videos are spectacular. And the reason why we're touching base here today, do you remember we brought to you that public relations exercise the police launched earlier this month, International Pink Day? Here, check out the footage.
Bullying, at home, at school, at work, or online, no matter where, it's never fine.
It doesn't matter your gender or sexuality. Harmful words can echo forever and can cause casualty.
Words can really get to you, and they might even cut deep. They might haunt you forever, even as you sleep.
No more hate. Let kindness be our guide. Standing against bullying, our hearts open wide.
In a world that's bright, let acceptance take flight. Stand up for each other and do what is right.
Hate's a weapon, but we're armed with pride. United together, we'll never divide.
Colors of the rainbow shining in the sky. We're proud of who we are. No need to hide.
From the halls of the schools and the street outside, we cannot let these comets slide.
I've got my crew by my side. We'll take a stand. With allyship in our hearts, we're hand in hand.
So if you're feeling lost, don't you fret. You're not alone. Your allies are your safety net.
And together, we can stop bullying now.
Yeah, so bullying is bad, especially rainbow bullying. But here's the deal, folks. When Jay was on the Toronto Police Service, he himself was bullied by other cops. And Jay, I don't exaggerate. I don't think you've told me, off camera, what you endured. It all comes down to when you had a leg injury on the job, you had to go to desk duty. And for some reason in the culture, cops didn't like the idea you were manning a desk. What's going on?
Well, they think you're milking the system because you're not out on the road, pounding the pavement like, other officers are. But the reality is that I tried everything in my power to get back on the road. The last thing I wanted was to stay in an office. But when you are put in an office for an extended period of time, you are targeted. You have a target on your back, and you are harassed, and you are completely ostracized by members of the Toronto Police Service within your own division.
Jay, I think a lot of people watching this are astonished. The police are supposed to be the good guys. They're supposed to be upholding law. We just ran that anti-bullying PR exercise. And yet they will even bully one of their own in the ranks. And that leads me to the question, I think a lot of people will say, geez, if they're going to bully Jay Bannister as a cop on the force, what would they do to a normal Joe Blow?
Well, that's the problem. I've seen it firsthand when I was on the road as a police officer, but the more I stayed inside, the more I saw the toxic culture within the Toronto Police Service when it comes to people who are injured. And, it's not just a physical injury, but psychological injury or your PTSD like I did have. And it's horrible the effects it has on you at the end of the day when you go home to your family.
And the reason why we bumped into each other today is former star Toronto detective Hank Idzinga has written a tell-all memoir, and it basically indicates that the culture in the Toronto Police Service, and I guess this is like preaching to the choir given your personal experiences, it's not all that good, is it?
No, it's the service really has to be revamped from the bottom up, or from the top down. Management within the police service now is pathetic, and I'm actually embarrassed that I was a police officer during that time because people put their faith in police. People want the police to protect them, but especially when you are a police officer and you get that type of treatment within the service, what goes out on the streets at nighttime with these police officers, it's a sad state of affairs.
And I think, Jay, that the communications arm of the Toronto Police Service are completely tone deaf. That video we threw to, at the 55-second mark, my jaw was on the linoleum. I went, that can't be Officer Bubbles. I mean, you're having a video about anti-bullying, and you have somebody that's infamous, somebody that's internationally known as one of the biggest police bullies there are. And I speak of this fellow several years ago at the G20. Just check it out, folks.
If the bubble touches me, they're going to be arrested for assault. Do you understand me? Bubbles. Yes, that's right. It's a deliberate act on your behalf, and I'm going to arrest you. Do you understand me?
Jay, there's 8,000 police officers, and you go to this guy for an anti-bullying sermon?
I'm not sure if you saw, but the guy beside him, David, the guy beside Officer Bubbles was the gentleman who issued you that ticket.
At Bathurst and Shepherd.
Bathurst and Shepherd. Yeah. So it just seems as though that particular cop has been around you and, in my opinion, has been bullying you for years now.
I agree. And, when we talk about bullying, let's expand it to what we see at Bathurst and Shepherd for 2.5 years now, Jay. Chants for genocide, people cosplaying as Sinwar, others displaying swastikas. I think that's a pretty solid argument that these pro-Hamas people are bullying the Jewish community. Nothing's done.
Nothing is done, and that's why I'm here tonight to support Hank Exigna in his book. And I'm really, I should say, proud of Hank for coming out and revealing what the Toronto Police are really about.
And one last question, Jay. I think, personally, you have a book in you. And and if you ever want to have someone ghostwrite it, my number. But when it comes to Hank's book, the stories in it are absolutely astonishing. 2 questions. What do you think the effect of the book will be? And do you think we're seeing the beginning of the end of Chief Demke? Is this just one more scandal too far?
Well, I think if Hank had put out this book years ago, officers would have come forward, I believe, and told their stories of harassment and abuse. Nowadays, I'm not so sure if police would come forward or not because of the climate and the amount of bullying that happens within the Toronto Police Service.
Thank you. Well, Jay, I want to thank you for your time. I can't imagine what it was like, the injury, the harassment, and you must have been going home every day full of stress, doing this desk job. Last word goes to you.
It was a difficult time. I got through it with my, help of good friends and family. But the Toronto Police Service did absolutely nothing for me at all.
Unbelievable. Thanks again, Jay.
No problem.
Hey, folks, I know you love it when Rebel News brings you the other side of the story, but the fact is we need your help. Unlike the trained seals in the mainstream media, we don't receive a single nickel of Mark Carney's journalism slush fund. So can you help us out? Can you go to rebelfieldreports.com? That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able, kindly make a donation.